I was saying that we was having a conversation. I was like, everybody needs an editor because it's like not having an editor is like trying to be your own attorney. You need someone who can look at your work and see something that you don't see. And then with those notes, you as a writer, you need to be able to understand the craft of writing. So with those notes, you can fix your book, make it better. You want to go from being okay to being great. And like sometimes you may get notes, and I was just saying like it could say that this is slow. Sometimes that can mean delete it, but sometimes that means that you have to go back in and make it not slow. You have to make it work. You have to learn the language of suspense, of mystery, of erotica, depending on what the scene is, to make it pop. So the reader will want to, you want the reader to want to read every word.
I just want to get started recording. Yeah, okay. All right, Kitty. I'm just saying, I just want to get started recording. Okay? All right. Aha! Ow! Oh! Oh! What up, y'all? I'm Christopher Markland. Welcome back. Yo, like Eric Jerome Dickey just said, every writer needs an editor. Think about it. This cat said every writer, and he is one of the best in the game. He is a multi-title best-selling author. This dude has written a bunch of books. The majority, if not all of them, have been on the bestsellers list. Now, I've read his books. In fact, he's kind of what inspired me to get into the game. I didn't really care for Pleasure and a couple other ones. But anyway, the dude is one of the best, and for that I trust what he's got to say. If he's like, yo, you need an editor, you need an editor. And guess what? I know this from personal experience because I've published 2 books so far: Desperately Seeking Exclusivity and Desperately Seeking Pleasure. The problem, however, is just what he said. I didn't properly edit my books. Okay, now it doesn't matter what you're selling, what your profession is. If you put out a bad product, you're going to be known for that. I don't care if you're like me in real estate. I don't care if you're in a restaurant game. I don't care if you in cars. It doesn't matter. You name it. If you put out a bad product, that's what you're going to be known for. And think about it. Y'all have seen them negative reviews on Yelp where it's like, they're like, yo, this place is just, don't even go there kind of thing. Or you go on Amazon and you've seen where, maybe you've come across a review where the reviewer is like, yo, Amazon, can I give this thing 0 stars because it's just that bad? Because just like that, your reputation, if you're known to put out a bad product, that's all you're going to be known for. And that's a whole 9 times out of 10 that you cannot dig yourself out of. So in order to not even get into that situation in the first place, you need to make sure that you put out a good book. And that part of that process is having your book properly edited. Now, there are a whole bunch of different types of edits out there, from developmental to, man, you name it, it's a whole bunch. I'm not even gonna get into those. I'm gonna get into the main 2, which is your content edit and your copy edit. Now, a content edit, that is more, that's not the grammatical where you gotta, no, that's copy. We'll get into that in a minute. Your content edit is where the editor goes in, and like Eric Jerome Dickey says, they see the things that are part of the story. Meaning, for instance, you started out writing your book. If you do science fiction or whatever, you may be starting out on the planet Mars, but on chapter 3, you're on Venus. It's like, yo, wait a minute, that don't make any sense. It's like, that's part of the content edit as far as what it takes. Also, your character development, because think about it. We all know we can be, as writers, we can be tied to particular scenes or tied to particular characters. Your content editor is going to be like, yo, why are you talking about this character here? That she's got nothing to do with the story. It doesn't move the story. I get it. She's named after your mama, but guess what? It's got nothing to do with the story. You need to eliminate that character in order to keep the story moving. You got to trust what your content editor is telling you. Now, of course, you are the writer. It's your story. It's your baby. If you don't want to listen to your editor, that's on you. But once again, keep in mind, if you want to write the best book possible, you might want to trust the process, trust your editor. Now, the second type of edit, or editor I should say, is going to be your copy editor, okay? Your copy edit. That's where the misspelled words, your punctuation, your grammatical errors, y'all know the there, and there. Y'all grammar Nazis know exactly what I'm talking about. Those are the little details that can make or break your book. Think about it. Your readers all in the story, and all of a sudden misspelled words or punctuation errors, things like that. Those things will disrupt the reader's experience and turn what could be a good book into a terrible book just because of those small little errors that were not caught because you didn't properly get your book edited. So those two things will make a huge difference, not just the story, but how the story is then given to the reader, which is where it really matters, the end user. So we're gonna do a lot more when it comes to this, the editing side of things. We're gonna, stay tuned. We got a lot of things coming because I know the editing process is so important. And like I said, that's what I'm going through right now, is re-editing my books to make sure that they're right. So if you're an editor, hit me up. Hit me in the comments section, shoot me an email. Let me know some of the things that you may have been through, some of the things you've experienced with an author, or, giving you a book and you had to do this, or some of the tendencies that authors may have. Hit me up. Let me know what you had to think. If you're a reader, let me know the most egregious editing things that you've come across that are just totally destroyed your experience. Let me know in the comments section. Stay tuned, y'all. We got plenty more videos. All right, see y'all next week. Stay determined.